This morning, reaching the academy was so crazy because in Milan it was raining so much. Literally, it was flooding. But you know, no floods can stop me from reaching the academy, especially today, since we had finally the model. And actually, it was such a beautiful model. She was beautiful, she was elegant, she was super good as well at posing because she never moved, and it was really pleasant to draw her. Today, we started the sessions with quick sketches, and it was really weird. My hand was super stiff with those. It was quite difficult to go back at quick sketching. The afternoon, the situation improved a little bit. Probably my hand relaxed a bit, and I really hope that throughout the week it's gonna go better and better with quick sketches, but I missed them so much. I was super happy to finally quick sketch again. After 20 or 30 minutes of quick sketches, we started the long pose with the model, and actually she did two long poses, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. And these are gonna be the same poses that she's gonna keep throughout 2 weeks that we'll have the model actually. So every morning we're gonna have the same model with the same pose, and every afternoon the same thing. So I'm gonna have plenty of time to draw her, actually to paint her as well. I hope I will probably see how to layer colors, how to proceed and do a finished painting, which I don't feel like I have that much right now because we mainly painted alla prima during the last semester. So it will be something super interesting. My aim is actually to finish the drawing by Wednesday, so I want to dedicate a few more hours to this drawing. So I want to have a nice finished drawing to transfer it on a sort of canvas or a good paper where to paint, and then paint it from Thursday onwards if my structure is gonna be solid. So I really want to focus on the structure, I want to focus on the volumes, I want to focus on a well-finished drawing that could also be a well-finished painting. So I'm really excited about that. Guys, today I was so pumped to get back working on the drawing of that goddess of the model that we have right now. So this morning I restarted from where I left it yesterday, and I would say that in 3 hours I made quite a good progress. I think there's still a little bit of work to do on it, but I aim at being done by tomorrow morning so that on Thursday I can start painting it. Although I don't want to paint on that drawing because it's too refined to paint over it. I mean, if that was the aim, probably I wouldn't have put so much effort on it, but I would say that I will transfer it on the canvas and then start painting on it so I can keep the drawing as well, which I mean I'm pretty satisfied with, and I love doing this kind of refined drawings too. The afternoon session was slightly more frustrating both yesterday and today, and that's because there is a little bit of foreshortening, and that's something I'm still not super confident with. So I've been struggling a lot with the arm and the legs, and in fact first thing that I did this afternoon when I started working on the drawing again was deleting the whole upper part of the body and all the legs as well. And then I restarted from there. In fact, in the 3 hours that I had, I would say I didn't make as much progress as in the first drawing of the morning, but I'm still quite happy with what came out, although it's at an earlier stage. I know I need to get more confident with foreshortening, and that's also because I don't think I measure enough. I mean, I never measure when I draw. I think my eye is well trained at the moment, and I think that's also because of quick sketches, which I'm super grateful about, and I'm really happy that we are keep doing them as well. But I think I need to put more effort into measuring because it will save me so much more time once I need to get to a later stage of the drawing, where right now I'm stopping and going back and then moving forward and then moving back again. While the structure part, which to me is the most important part of the drawing, I think is something that I need to measure a little bit more. I can't even tell how much I'm enjoying these long poses. I know I'm repeating myself, but you know, I'm just looking forward to go back tomorrow and keep working on them. Also, I'm a bit scared about painting because it's been a while at the academy. Surely I still haven't painted from this semester, so let's see how it will go. I'm just super excited to keep drawing. I'm a little bit scared of painting, so let's see. Guys, I finished the morning pose drawing. Yay! I'm super happy about it. I mean, finished is already a relative concept, you know, because when I look at it right now, I still see some wrong proportions. For example, the torso is too long, the head is a little bit small, the legs have weird proportions as well, and I might have needed to reproportion them actually. These are things that I should have adjusted at the beginning of the drawing when I was only working on the structure. Things that I didn't notice at the beginning, so that's why I went on. But honestly, I'm not gonna work on it anymore in terms of drawing. I would consider that completely finished. Actually, today I kept working on it thanks to the teacher who was there today. I still hadn't had the chance to see him since he only came back to the academy today, and he was also able to provide me with lots of useful feedback, and I really appreciate that because every teacher is really able to give me something to work on despite I'm working on something for many long hours, and that's how you see the level of their greatness. I really appreciate that. While with the afternoon drawing, I struggled a lot today too. Today also started with me erasing all the legs of the drawing again. Today I reproportioned them again because I was like, I'm not gonna make the same mistakes I made with the other drawing, so I better stop a little bit longer on this now and then do it better after. This drawing is gonna take me longer, so tomorrow I'm not gonna paint on it differently from the other drawing. I still want to work on it a lot, and this foreshortening is, oh my god, so difficult. Also, the anatomy of the leg is giving me troubles, and that's why I was there looking at the anatomy book and kept looking at it a lot. So still lots of work to do on that, but whatever, I will take the time I will need to take. Also this afternoon after class, I met a friend of mine who just got a place in the Brera Academy of Fine Arts, and I'm so happy for her. It's such a great academy for contemporary artists and contemporary art and conceptual art as well. So today we just stopped at the bar celebrating her, and we had amazing time together. Yes, so join me in congratulating her. Congratulations, Keta, again. And yeah, that's it for today, guys. Tomorrow it's gonna be painting finally for my first time since I went back at the academy, so I don't know how it will go. Let's see, maybe I forgot everything, maybe not, maybe it's gonna go great. We will see. I have this drawing from the morning. Despite it's my biggest drawing, it's still quite small for painting, so I hope that I will manage to do something with really small brushes. Guys, I don't think I realized it was the last day of the week at the academy right until the last minute of my drawing today. I was like, oh my god, I won't have any more time to work on it this week. So I was completely shocked. The time flew by. I think I got too used to take my time now that we have such long poses. And today I was very determined to start painting on the morning drawing. So when I arrived after the quick sketches, I started transferring the drawing. However, I didn't imagine it would take me such a long time because actually the teacher showed me how to transfer it properly, so creating a proper map on the transfer so that I will be able to paint it in a nice way and with nice indications of where to put things. So that took me quite a while, and right after finishing that, I started sketching the model from a different perspective right until lunchtime. The afternoon was crazy because you know how I spent the last few days fixing the legs of that pose and of the model in my drawing. Well, today was the turn of the head, and actually I struggled so much because I started the session beheading the model in my drawing. I literally erased the whole head, and I was determined to make it nice. So I redrew it, and I actually made an okay portrait, I think. However, when I stepped back by the end of the session, the head was too small. So I literally wanted to cry in that moment because I spent 3 hours working on it, and at the end it was all wrong. So I erased it again, and that's how the session finished for today. You know, in that moment I really understood what Giotto meant in his interview when he said that you need to cry, you need to bleed in front of your canvas. Well, today was clear to me. I really wanted to cry and rip my drawing and start over again. But I'm not giving up because I'm a perfectionist and because I want to make a good drawing. I want to be perseverant with that. So next week I'm gonna keep working on that, and I'm gonna start painting on the other one. Hopefully I will be done with this drawing by Monday, so the next few days I will be able to paint it too. Let's see. Although the week finished at the academy, it's not the last day because tomorrow we are going to a museum, so stay tuned. It's Friday and this morning we had a museum visit. At the beginning it was supposed to be at Pinacoteca Ambrosiana, but because of an event we had to move the visit to Castello Sforzesco here in Milan. I must say it wasn't the most enthusiastic visit. The guide wasn't the most energetic person when spoke, so at some point I left the group. I visited a little bit the museum by myself and with another friend, and then I came back home. So here I am. This is a really brief recap of today. Final thoughts on the week. I really enjoyed having the model back again, and I feel like, especially with these long poses, my drawing is getting better and better every time. I think it's mostly because of the time, because I think that if we compare my 40 minutes drawing with new 40 minutes drawing, I don't know if we could still see the progress. I'm getting used to different, let's say, style of drawing, different amount of time, organizing my drawing differently. So I would be curious to have this comparison, but I'm enjoying how it is going and how it's structured, and also the long timings that we have to draw the model. I think it's something that I really needed right now. The model was beautiful, the poses were beautiful, and I also really love the fact that we had an easier pose in the morning and a more difficult one in the afternoon that gave me different degrees of challenges. And as I said, with one drawing I'm basically done. With another drawing I still have a few hours to work on, and that's fine because I'm learning different things from it. So I really appreciated this week at the Academy. I'm very looking forward to finish the unfinished drawing and also to start painting on the other one, and I'm really wondering how my painting skills evolved in the meantime. So guys, stay tuned for the next week. Let me know if you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet, and I wish you an amazing week. Bye!